Halloween movie review, Dark City. It was actually made in the year 1998. So as Halloween parties start erupting in your neighborhood and elsewhere, maybe there's kids around and somebody could be wondering, hey, what could be a good Halloween movie without inappropriate sexuality or gore or violence? And Dark City really is an allegory. Even the movie from the 20s, Metropolis, there's overtones to that. So the strangers are basically the archonic entities that are chasing the hero archetype known as John Murdoch. Why are they after John Murdoch? He wakes up just like Neo in the Matrix. And the minute he wakes up in this dark city where it's always dark, I'm walking today, by the way, in an area where on a day in which it's fairly dark, as well as the energy. So I'm walking through here discussing this recommendation for a movie, because whether someone's a young adult, a child, or an older adult who may have an interest in spirituality and philosophy, things like, the Allegory of the Cave by Plato, how that manifests in the modern day and age, Dark City is one of those movies. And I think the timing of the release of Dark City, which also stars Kiefer Sutherland, occurred just a few years before 9/11. And although there's no direct 9/11 references, 9/11 has taken us into the Dark Ages. As I cross the street here and continue, Dark City is set in somewhat of an artificial reality, but quite a bit like this reality, to where they're in a urban environment, and Murdoch wakes up, but he doesn't have memories. He has amnesia. And so what's going on with the character in Dark City is he doesn't remember his wife, he doesn't remember specific details, but he's all of a sudden set up. He's in a reality that's set up for once he wakes up, or someone wakes up, or once there's a glitch in the system that the strangers, also comparable to the ARCHONS, once there's a glitch in the matrix like that, he finds himself set up for murder. Not only one murder, but multiple murders. Murders that he did not commit. So the strangers begin to pursue him upon his awakening. It's not that he actually did something wrong. He's under a form of attack, and it's really about him developing his own abilities and using them without even really knowing that he had them to alter his reality, to alter his physical universe. So there's a car coming up. I'll point at the ground for a minute. But as he's waking up in this universe and in this reality, there's a lot of things that he doesn't remember. So really, there's an allegory there of him waking up to his true identity and waking up to the true nature. Now, there was also another piece of symbolism, Shell Beach. He's looking for Shell Beach. And there's a postcard with Shell Beach on it, and it has the sun. It has the light. So there is the symbolism of the light over darkness. But we also have the archetype of the demiurge. We have the head stranger character who looks pale. And they even mentioned in the movie, you can find the link down below, watch it for free, how they use the dead to do their bidding or something to that effect. So they're like dead corpses, super white, wearing black, hive mind, representing the demiurge. And the archons are the entities that are after him. There's one particular minion who goes about a particular process in order to track John Murdoch down. It shows that they're basically injecting people in the heads with some sort of syringe device, and that's symbolic of toying with their memories, of toying with their minds, toying with their emotions, toying with their relationships. And as we just discussed, toying with one's freedom, as someone's actually set up once they wake up. So what also takes place is that head minion has himself injected. So he can see inside the mind of John Murdoch, and later when John Murdoch and this minion are fighting, the minion says, we're doing this because we need what's in your mind. We need it. And it's not really fully explained, but there are clues given, and I'm not going to spoil the whole movie, although I gave you a big part of the plot. He has to basically use his abilities, like Neo in the Matrix, to go mind over matter. I don't think it's about becoming a god or saying we're gods. I think it's becoming more powerful than we think we are when dealing with spiritual parasites and entities. And I'm gonna start walking back here and go to my go about my day in this dark city reality. But Dark City is up there with the Matrix. Dark City is up there with the Truman Show as movies that have deep allegories. Like, they may be a little bit entertaining and scary and full of graphics like the Matrix. It may really wow the population, but not everyone's actually going to get it. Just like there's some people that say we're red-pilled, and they may not actually know what it means to really be red-pilled and to escape the Matrix, so left-right paradigm, right? So being red-pilled, for example, is not becoming super political. It's the opposite. So not everybody really understands the gnosis or the philosophy of the spiritual overtones to a lot of these movies, but they're there. And Dark City is one of those particular examples. Another reference real quick. They're able to stop time and manipulate time to a certain degree, and so they're able to put people into a trance-like sleep at midnight, and they're able to bring up their buildings, these structures, and they also say they're able to do that because of humanity. They're powered by humanity. And so when they came across another human, John Murdoch, who was not going to sleep when they were telling humanity to sleep, they found that his awareness was somehow blocking out their ability to tune, and that's what they called it, to affect their reality and move those buildings around, to tune. And so once they had another tuner out there who had his broadcast signal open, it was jamming the archonic agenda. I think there's more clues than most people might be aware of in movies like Dark City.